word, YouTube? You know what it is. It's your boy Big Will, and I'm back. Another episode of Life After Prison. So let's get it. You know, what's the word, YouTube? It's your boy Big Will. Life After Prison. Hey, if this is your first time here, hit the like and subscribe button. Hit that share button. Be part of the come up. But share it. Let everybody else know. Come on and join with you. First, let me say, how you doing? Welcome. I'm Big Will. This is Life After Prison. On this channel, I do reaction videos to crooked cops. I do reaction videos to people in general who are crooked, right? That mess with kids. A lot of pedophiles. I'll put you on blast. If you're a crooked cop, you're dirty. You like to beat people. You're one of them cops that like to be above the law. You like to molest little kids and rape women. I'm putting you on blast. Let the world know who you are. And let everybody know when you got time. Because I get news. You might not get the same news. So when I see it, I'll share it. If you've seen it, then you're seeing it again. If you didn't, you might learn something. But there's a story I had to tell you about one of the big things in jail that cause a lot of problems are the telephones. Visits cause a lot of problems too. When you go on a visit and you're loud, or you're fighting with your girl, and someone's sitting on the side of you, and no matter if it's in-person visits or if you're on a phone, this is so ironic. Every time I make a video and I sit out here on my balcony, the sirens go by. But I hear them all day long anyways. Ambulance, fire engines, police department. That's a police one. But, so yeah, it's the visits. You're on a visit with your girl, the guy on the side of you, he's pissed off with his woman, he's screaming at her, right? She don't want to hear his garbage, so what does she do? She'll get up and walk away, or, you know, she'll start getting crazy with her mouth and things like that because she knows he can't do nothing, right? It's not like when you're sitting home and your girl's getting crazy with you, right? A lot of women, they calm down when you're in person, you know, because you're there, but when you're locked up, there's nothing you can do. But when you're there arguing with your girl, I'm there trying to have a peaceful visit with my family. Or even if we have a visit through the phone, and I sit on the side of you, you're screaming, right? And the whole time is that you're screaming, and you know, I'm trying to hear my girl, and it's hard to hear with the phones. It's crazy, right? So you end up, hey, want to keep it down over there? And later when you get back to the block, there's an issue, right? Now you got to fight with somebody because he's already pissed off that him and his girl are fighting. But you went and got in his business. You know what I mean? And told him to calm down. You know, it's just visits. There's no, like, you got to have respect, right? For the person on the side of you, right? So visits are one thing, but one of the biggest thing that cause problems, because visits usually mind your business, right? You don't say much to somebody. Even if he's arguing with his girl, you try and stay out of it. You know what I mean? Your girl will be saying, listen to them, and you're like, listen, mind your business. You know what I mean? Mind your business. Because you're going to leave going to the park lot, and then I got to fight with this dude. I got to stick this dude, or he's going to, you know, try and stick me over something stupid. You know what I mean? Like, mind your business, you know, but you know, when dudes are screaming at their girls, or even you, when you're screaming at your girl, or, you know, because you're here, you're locked up, and you're getting no you got no control, you know, and your only way to vent or is to, you know, you have outbursts. But the telephone, I'll go into just one story that I've seen with the telephone. I'll start with my story. First time I had a problem with the telephone, I had used the phone, and somebody had came up to my cell. It was a little guy, a little short dude. And he said, "Hey, can't use that phone." And I just chuckled it. Yeah, all right. See you later, guy. Get away from my cell. Went back to listen to my music, blah, blah, blah. Rec time comes around. I go sit down and I'm talking to my girl. It's about 10 minutes. Well, the phone's you get about a 10-minute call, right? So it's probably about 4 or 5 minutes into the call. Dude comes walking over to me and he's like, "Yo, see that phone right there? You know his phone?" And I'm like, "Dude, listen, I'm on the phone with my girl. In a minute, I'll talk to you. Give me a couple of minutes. I got my phone call. I'll be..." My girl's like, "What's going on?" So I'm like, this fucking guy. This guy come over earlier saying, hey, listen, you know, you can't be using the phone. So she's like, "Listen, don't get in any trouble." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not gonna get in any trouble." So the dude's standing there, and he's just standing there, and I'm like, "Listen, want to get away from me? I'm having a private conversation over here." And he's like, "Yo, I already told you can't be using that phone." Now, this dude's probably 5'2". He was a gang member. I give him credit because he did have a set of cojones on him, you know? But when he's like, "Listen, hang up that phone, you can't use it." The first thing I thought, I had the phone, he was standing close to me, and when he approached me, I just swung with the phone. Well, it hit him here on top of the head, and he was, hey, and I was like, "What do you mean I can't use this phone? Babe, I'll call you later." And I hung up. "What's up?" And the dude's like, hey, calm down. Hey, I'm just saying, you know, I was told to come over and tell you can't use the phone. And I'm like, "Dude, listen, this is a state phone. I'm an inmate like you are. I'll use this phone when I want." You know what I'm saying? Anybody else got a problem with me using a phone, tell them to come see me. So the thing was, people had seen me there previously, right? And they knew me, but at this particular time that I'm talking about, 2015, when I went in, my hair was kind of long, right? My hair was kind of long. It was wintertime. I had facial hair, you know, it just covered me. I didn't look like the same person that I was in 2009. You know what I'm saying? I had changed a lot. So after rec comes down, the top tier comes out, and the dude comes over to my cell, and he was like, "Yo, what's up? You hit my boy?" And I'm like, and I looked at him, and I'm like, "Dude, what's up, man?" Kid's name was Gun. Well, it's Gun. I wanted to say Gunner was his name. But I'm like, "Dude, what's up, man? I did, you know, don't you remember me last time I was here with you? 2007, 2008? He's like, "Oh, man, I thought you looked familiar." He's like, "Yo, man, my bad. I sent dude over to tell you, you know, not to use the phone." You know how we get with the phones, we get crazy. Well, the phones are, and this is what causes a lot of trouble. So you can take your ID off. Well, let me put it this way. In 2007, 2008, when I was in, we used to get an ID. It was like you'd get a square card, like an ID, right? Square ID card, and you used to have to keep it clipped here all the time. Well, people always say that they lost there, and you know they use it to identify you and all that bullshit. You know, people say, "Oh, I lost my ID," and then they give you another one. They would deduct money from your canteen. People always giving it a problem. "Oh, I shouldn't have to pay for this." Blah blah blah. Well, so they ended up changing to where you would get a wristband. It would stay on your band all the time. Stay on your wrist all the time. And if you took it off or you lost it, you would get a D report. For you that don't know what that is, that's a disciplinary report. You know, you're getting written up, you'd lose a wreck, or, you know, then they'd get you a new ID. If you lost it again, you'd get 3 days in your cell, blah, 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 right? They're not supposed to come off. They're plastic, they're waterproof. You know, but dudes take it off. They get just tired of that thing hanging on their arm and shit all the time, right? So what they used to do is they used to take the ID and clip it to the phone. Now you got, you know, you're in a unit with 88 guys, 85 guys, you know what I'm saying? 45, 44 guys come out at one time. You know what I mean? And, you know, in a cell, in a unit, you're lucky if you get, I don't know, 6 phones, you know what I mean? And you only get an hour rec, you know, hour and a half rec to come out. And everybody, you know, you want to call your girl, I want to call my girl. Granted, they're only 10-minute calls. And then there's a line on this one, there's a line on that phone, there's a line. So what people do is when the top tier's out, let's say for rec, you be in your cell, you give your boy, hey, take my ID, go clip it to that phone. Now someone else comes running over and they see your ID. Well, people get tired of shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Because they never get to use the phone, because I'll use it, then I'll hand it to my boy. Then he'll use it, then he'll hand it to another boy, you know what I'm saying? And people who don't, you know, people who don't ever get to call their family, and it causes problems. The phones cause problems, right? Or, like I said, certain gang members, oh, this is the phone for the GDs, or, you know, that's a Crip phone. No, you can't do that, you know what I'm saying? You can't do shit like that. I believe it happened to be GD1 is what they call themselves. The little kid, the little crash dummy that they sent over to tell me you couldn't use the phone, you know. But once I ended up talking to the gunner, he's like, yeah, I remember you, you're a hot shit, da-da-da. He remembered me because of an incident that they had, a kid that was trying to set trip, saying, you know, and that means he was trying to claim one gang, then claim another one, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up calling him out for it, and the kid ended up getting sent out of the unit, ended up breaking his jaw. And so he remembered me from that bid, right? Well, anyways, but the phone, other ways that the phones cause problem is, you know, if I'm in my cell now and the phone's right outside and you're in there screaming at your girl, now your unit's out for rec, your tier. I'm inside, I'm laying down, I'm trying to take a nap, you're outside screaming. You know what I mean? Then I come to the door and I'm like, yo, keep that shit down. You know what I'm saying? There's, you know, people sleeping here, have respect, and dude, look at you, shut up, and shit like that happens. You know what I mean? The phones cause so much trouble. The phones cause so much trouble. You know, I remember an incident that I was a worker, and we hear, you know, they get a call, they call a call, lockdown, everybody locked down. Everybody gets sent back to their cell. You know, oh, there was a fight. What happened? Oh, dude picked up the phone. He was a Latin King, and he was using the blood phone. And they had already had words over the phone, same thing. Well, this Latin King was like, I ain't getting punked off, you know what I'm saying? Hell with that. He ended up going and using the phone, and they ended up jumping him. The Bloods jumped him. And when I mean they jumped him, this dude had his hair was all braided, it was all cornrowed or whatever they call it. He had all braids. I was a worker later, so when I went back out after they cleared the workers to come out and clean up the unit, I was a laundry worker. I didn't have to clean the unit, but I was able to see in the day room. This kid had hair, like, because he was a Spanish kid and he had long hair. He had his hair and his cornrows that were all over the floor, and it was just funny to see. That they jumped this kid and literally ripped his hair out. Like, they grabbed him by the hair and they were swinging him, grabbing him off the phone, and he's trying to, you know, what the hell? He didn't know he was talking to his girl sitting on a bench. He had his back to him. And they grabbed, while one was kicking him and the other guy was punching him, they had another guy dragging him around by his hair, and he just, once they called lockdown and, you know, they grabbed all the dudes and locked them up, you had hair all over the place. And I'm like, damn, man, all over a phone. Like, all over a phone. I got family at home. I want to talk to him every day. You know, you got family at home. You want to talk to him every day. He's got family at home. He wants to talk every day. And the phones, people think like, oh, they own it. That's a certain phone. You can't use it. Nah, man. What are you, crazy? We all came in here the same way as inmates. What makes you think that you own that phone? Or there's only one certain phone that people got to use. Oh, go run down there. Nah, dude, I ain't running down there. My cell is right here, dude. This is the phone I want to use. You know, so if you're ever going in there, be cautious of the phone. I was a worker, so when everyone else was on lockdown, I used to be able to come out, do my, you know, sweep or mop the floor real quick. Or when I changed and I was a laundry guy, I was out all the time, so I was able to use the phone. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have to worry about lines or being the first one to use the phone or being the last one to use the phone. You know what I'm saying? Once I became a worker, once everybody got locked in for the night, I'd be able to sit and talk to my girl for an hour. You know what I'm saying? You get a 10-minute call, you can hang back up. Or 15 minutes, I think they are. I think they were 15 minutes at the time, I'm pretty sure. You know, but they get expensive, man. Them phone calls are expensive, man. You talk 15 minutes and you're talking $25 for a phone call. It's $5. It's $5 to connect, and then it's $3 a minute. You know, and after the first 5 minutes, it's $3 a minute to talk on the phone. You know what I mean? So you talk to your girl for 10 minutes, you're talking $30 on the phone call. You know what I mean? After a $5 connection charge, and it's the crazy outrageous, man. They're crazy, the prices. You know, it was something crazy like that. I remember a 15-minute call used to cost my girl like almost $30, like $26, 25 and change for a 15-minute call. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's the thing, man. Like, some people can't even call home every day. So once you finally, you know, you may get a call once a week or twice a week, and you're gonna argue or fight with someone or risk getting stuck or you know, just risk your life over trying to talk to your family. You know, it's crazy. It's wrong. But listen, I got one thing to say. If you don't want to worry about that, you don't want to worry about the phone, you don't want to worry about getting hit up, you don't want to worry about getting it in with somebody over the phone, listen, don't go to jail. Do the right thing. Stay out of trouble. Keep your nose clean. You know, get a job, be legal. Then you don't have to worry about none of that shit. You know, you can talk on your cell phone and call your girl all you want, or call your kids all you want. You know, you don't have to worry about that. Anybody who tells you that jail is cool, for one, they got either mental problems or they're lying to you, or they ain't got nothing else to live for out here. You know, there's somebody that may be homeless or you know, they're out here being chased around by the cops. Yeah, jail might seem cool. But anybody who tells you, oh, yeah, you ain't been to jail? Oh, y'all lame. Dude, listen, if you go to jail, you're a lame. Okay, jail is not cool, it's not fun. Take it from someone who's been there. You know, I used to always hear about people, oh, you know, they're going in, oh, I'm going to go see my buddies, my boys, they're there every summer. It's like a meeting place, right? And then when you get there, you're out there saying, wow, I can't wait to get out, I can't wait to get out. There's nothing cool about it, you know? But, with that, hey, like I said, do me a favor, like and subscribe, hit them buttons, it's free. And, we'll see you on the next one. It's your boy Big Will, Life After Prison. I'll see ya. Peace.